Okay guys, welcome back to another video. Max Rogers Coaching, helping you stay fit. Yo-yo dieting, what is it? Why does it happen? How do we fix it? First of all, what is yo-yo dieting? It is going from one extreme to another. And unfortunately, so many people are guilty of this, including me back in the day. So yo-yo dieting, you go from being just your average Joe, plain Jane, and you decide, hey, I'm gonna get myself in shape. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go from being a couch potato to, I'm just not gonna eat carbs. Carbs are the devil, they make you fat. After 6 o'clock, they're stored as fat. I'm just gonna eat chicken, I'm just gonna eat fish, I'm just gonna eat veggies. You go from 2,500 to 2,000 calories on a daily basis to about 800 to 1,200 calories on a daily basis. You lose 3 kilos in the first week because you lose 2 kilos of water because carbohydrates carry water, 1 gram of carbohydrates, between 3 and 4 grams of water. Carbohydrates, drop carbohydrates out the diet. Big drop in water, it isn't body fat, you have been conned. So what people do, 2,500, 3,000 calories down to 1,000 calories. They see these crazy results. And guys, the body does not like extremes and it will fight back. And after a week or 2 weeks, the body will say, hold on, I can't, we're getting no food in here. We can't, let's massively spike hunger. Let's get this guy to eat. Let's not tell him we're full. Let's constantly tell him we're hungry, hungry, hungry. And then you just crash and burn. And what happens is you cannot do it. You end up having these uncontrollable binges. You head to the fridge, you eat everything in sight. You go from 3,000 calories to 1,000 calories. Your body kind of starts to get used to 1,000 calories and you shoot up to 3,500 calories. Hence the yo-yo, and you end up even heavier than you started before. You crash and burn and off you go. Yo-yo dieting, not very good. Guys, the body doesn't like extremes, okay? There needs to be more balance, and I'm going to teach you in this video. But first of all, I'm gonna tell you a story about me. I've made every mistake in the book. I'm 31 now. I started training at 16. I've done everything wrong. Everything. And I've done a few things right as well now. When I was maybe 21, I probably had a little bit of body dysmorphia. I was very insecure and I just wanted to be shredded. Bear in mind, guys, I was about 60 kilos. I'm gonna put a picture up here of me looking devastated. This was after about 5 years of training, okay? I looked the same. So imagine I was about 60 kilos and I remember I used to wake up and I'd fast all morning. I'd then have a tin of tuna at school, and I remember I used to go to the playground so no one could see me, eat my tin of tuna and then brush my teeth. I'd then go to the gym, I'd have 2 scoops of My Protein's chocolate mint protein powder blended at the gym, just £1 a scoop. And I'd go home and have some chicken and veg. So on about 1,000 calories, about 150 grams of protein a day, about 5 grams of fat and no carbs. I just looked terrible. And people couldn't believe the food I'd put away. And I'd put away all of my food, including their food, all of the starters. I'd get a dessert, and I'd put 3,000 calories away in half an hour. So I'd go from massive lows to massive highs from a calorie perspective. So the deficit I created in the week with my 1,000 calories, I destroyed it over the weekend, and I ended up the same. All that suffering, being starving, then being completely stuffed, just to end up the same, okay? I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. Now, it's very important when losing body fat, we break free from this cycle and we create some balance, okay? You wouldn't take a couch potato, 100 kilo male, and put him on a 5-day training plan. You'd build him in slowly. And that same male, you wouldn't take him from 6 meals a day eating whatever he wants to 3 tiny meals a day with no carbohydrates and take his calories from here to here. Again, crash, burn, binge, bad relationship with food, eating disorder, straight back to where he was with a massive dent in his confidence, okay? Look out for a good coach who will teach you how to eat. If your goal is to lose body fat, guys, okay, you need to work out what your maintenance calories are. Everybody's different. There's online calculators, okay? I'll have it pop up on the screen now. Google online calculator, click the first one, put your stats in. There you have it, those are your stats. If your maintenance calories are 2,500, guys, you will get leaner at 2,300 calories. Then you add in training, then you add in cardio, then you add in steps. You'd get leaner at 2,500 calories because you've created the deficit via output, via training, okay? You cannot go from 2,500 calories to 1,200 calories and suddenly your training, cardio, and steps go through the roof. It is too much. No one can stick to it. If you can't sustain it, don't even start it. You always hear me say that. If you can't sustain it, don't start it, okay? So this is how you'll break the cycle. You start with your calories, you drop just below your maintenance. That already puts you into an energy deficit, and you will slowly start to lose fat over time, okay? Once we have that locked in, that's our first pillar. We then move to our other pillar, which is training. You go from not training at all to bumping up your training intensity. Start with 3 sessions a week, 3 full body sessions. If you're gonna train twice a week, 2 full body sessions. If you can train 4 times a week, an upper, lower, or a push, pull, legs, upper or push, pull, legs, full body. Try and train everything 2 to 3 times a week. But guys, we always want to, if we imagine we've got a few different dials, we've got calories, we've got training, we've got cardio, we've got steps. We'll crack that a little bit, take a step back, let fat loss do its thing, come back in. Actually, my cardio is only at 20 minutes. Crack it to 30 minutes, take a step back, a couple of weeks, let fat loss do its thing. Do you see where I'm getting at here? You really want to increase training, increase cardio, increase steps before you start to decrease food. Decreasing calories should be a last resort. It is the bottom of the list in the hierarchy of importance when it comes to losing fat. I always like to use those dials. When your goal is to get in shape, which is a lot of people this year, okay? Remember, you crack each dial up a little bit. You drop calories a touch, you increase training a touch, you add a little bit of cardio in, you increase your steps a touch, and then you let your body do its thing, okay? Over time, you'll obviously play around with these little dials and crack them as you go. But by doing this, you set realistic goals and you're able to manage your expectations. It's like, hold on, if I'm 100 kilos, my goal is to lose half a kilo a week. I don't need to lose 4 kilos a week. No one needs to lose 4 kilos a week. I'd rather lose half a kilo a week for a year and build some great habits than lose 20 kilos in 3 months and then put it all back on, because that metabolic adaptation is real. And I'm going to quickly talk about metabolic adaptation. As you take the body through extremes and you take calories all the way down, let's imagine you have your metabolism here and you have your calorie count here. As you start a diet and you drop your calories, this aggressive yo-yo diet down to bloody 1,200 calories, of course, there's a huge energy deficit here. Metabolism, calories, yeah? And you will lose a load of fat at the start. But over time, a couple of weeks, or even a month if you can hack it, your metabolism will come down and your body will create a new set point because it likes to have balance, okay? Once it's created that set point, you are in trouble there, because what are you gonna do? Go 800 calories. You're gonna fast for 48 hours. You have nowhere to go and you will stall. Plus you have these crazy hunger problems and binges, and eventually it's inevitable, the science doesn't lie, calories come up here. Except instead of having a metabolism that's here, our metabolism is here. And this is why you end up gaining more fat than you started, because you have metabolic adaptation, okay? So really what you want to do is drop calories, your metabolism comes down. Drop calories, your metabolism comes down. Increase output, burn. Maybe drop calories, comes down. Increase output, and eventually you get to your desired weight, and that's when the reverse diet comes into play, which I've got loads of videos on that. Again, I'm rambling. Guys, if you need help with this stuff, this is what I do. I've helped over 500 people over the last few years build a load of muscle, lose loads of fat. Nobody rebounds. Everyone gets put through a reverse diet. If you're interested, I'm literally trained arms, look at the cramp. If you're interested, I've got all of the links below. If not, it's no big deal. I'm going to keep pumping these videos out. So if you like them, drop a comment, tell me what you want me to film. I'm filming 3 a week for the foreseeable, and I'll see you in the next one.